A new gaming monitor can enhance your gaming experience and even make you a more competitive player. But picking the right monitor for you can be confusing, especially when deciding what's most important of specifications like resolution, refresh rate, or response time. It's more and more common for gaming PCs to find their way into bedrooms and living rooms these days, so it's no surprise that companies are producing gaming monitors that are more like TVs. The Acer Predator PG27uke is the best in an increasingly busy marketplace. The Predator's 43 inches diagonal is huge. This screen truly dominates a room. The 4K resolution is hefty, and it means you're going to get ample on-screen real estate. Imagery is crisp, too, although smaller 4K panels are obviously sharper. The Acer has NVIDIA G-Sync, so big-ticket single-player games will run smoothly, and image quality is great. The Acer's VA panel is punchy, with vibrant colors and good performance when it comes to contrast. The black levels here are a particular highlight, and they lend games loads of depth. The specification is rounded out by DisplayTR 1000, a 1 millisecond response time and 90% DCI-P3 coverage. On the outside, the Acer serves up 2 DisplayPort connectors and 3 HDMI ports, so plenty of devices can be connected, and there are 4 USB ports and a Type-C connection, ideal for controller charging. A remote control is included, and the pair of very good 10-watt speakers have the punch and clarity required for gaming. You're going to need a big desk to handle the Samsung CRG9. This monster display has a 49 inches diagonal and an outrageous 32:9 contrast ratio. It's curved, too, and it has a vast resolution of 5120 by 1440. They're fearsome figures, to be sure, and they create one of the most imposing gaming monitors on the market. The CRG9 is huge and absorbing, with the curve and vast width making for a particularly immersive experience. Not every game will benefit from the extra width, indeed, some will suffer due to a lack of height. But if you're into racing simulations, flight sims, FPS titles and RPGs, then you'll get the most out of this huge panel. The Samsung uses AMD FreeSync 2, so smooth gameplay is possible with both AMD and NVIDIA graphics cards. The 120Hz refresh rate isn't the best around, but it's certainly good enough to make games look very smooth on this screen. Image quality is top-notch, too, color accuracy is fantastic, contrast is punchy, and Samsung has even maintained decent uniformity across the entire screen. As an added bonus, this display can actually slot 2 2560 by 1440 inputs side by side, which helps for streaming and multitasking. The CRG9 has USB ports, and it even delivers a good HDR punch thanks to DisplayTR 1000 compatibility and 95% DCI-P3 coverage. Brace yourself. The Predator X35 brings a whole new meaning to the word epic. Infused with hyper-like 200Hz speed, life-mimicking HDR and a design rippling with futuristic elements, the Predator X35 transports you to a new realm of 21:9 immersion. Enjoy a battlefield vantage point that puts you in the driver's seat of gaming brilliance. And with NVIDIA G-Sync Ultimate at the helm, expect smooth, tear-free gaming as the new norm. All housed in a zero-frame design that makes for a near-seamless look. Predator Game Mode has 8 preset display modes to optimize the visuals for different types of content. Whether or not you've heard of it, the DCI-P3 color gamut is something you'll be glad to have as it offers up a wider range than sRGB. In short, bigger gamut, color-rich gaming. These nano-sized dots, which emit a specific light based on their size, infuse your game with an increased color purity that only they can create. What does a 2 milliseconds G to G mean to you? It means that the annoyances of motion blur or visual artifacts will be practically non-existent. The Asus PG27uke is one of the best gaming monitors ever made. Few screens involve so little compromise, and the spec sheet shows off just how much this panel can do. It's a 4K panel, which means you get incredibly crisp imagery across its 27 inches diagonal, and it uses a quantum dot IPS display, so you get top-notch color accuracy. The benchmarks bear this out, with a sub-3 delta E throughout and contrast that easily heads past 1,000:1. It works with NVIDIA G-Sync at a peak refresh rate of 144 Hz, so gaming is butter smooth on NVIDIA's more popular graphics cards. This is also one of the few gaming monitors that adheres to VESA Display HDR 1000, which is a more demanding HDR standard than most monitors use. The Asus high-end HDR protocol means that the screen produces better brightness and contrast levels when rendering HDR content, which means you get a far superior HDR experience than on most other gaming panels. Local dimming also means an experience more akin to the best HDR TVs, rather than cheaper gaming monitors. Elsewhere, the Asus serves up a decent 4 milliseconds response time and true 10-bit color, and it's all wrapped inside a design that features customizable RGB LED lighting and loads of adjustment options. The AW5520QF's high price tag may scare off folks on a budget, but if you do your PC gaming in the living room or want a premium monitor that can double as a great TV, Alienware's mammoth screen is uniquely qualified to do the job. Remember, a computer can stream almost anything, so you'll be able to watch, listen to or play whatever you want. The key feature of the Alienware AW5520QF is the size. While it's being billed as a gaming monitor, it measures 55 inches diagonally from corner to corner, putting it in the same class as many of the 4K TVs we review on Tom's Guide. The entire monitor measures 30.3 by 48.3 by 3.2 inches and weighs 90 pounds, putting it firmly in the same weight class as TVs. The included stand has a boomerang-shaped base and affixes to the back of the display with an attached mounting plate. If the TV-like dimensions of the AW5520QF leave you wanting to wall mount the OLED monitor, you can remove the stand and back panel and hang it on the wall with a 400 by 400 mm VESA mount.